Hi, my name is Tanya Hamilton. I'm the founder and executive director of Independent Youth, and I do what I love. So Independent Youth, we are a 501c3 social enterprise that empowers and educates teens on entrepreneurship using peer-to-peer teaching methods. What does that mean? We go into schools, community organizations, we host events, basically to bring awareness to entrepreneurship among youth, helping them understand that it's an option for them, and helping them learn more about entrepreneurship as a whole. I help kids learn about what makes them excited in life, and then I help them learn how they can start their own business. I used to think I wanted to be an event planner, so I did internships in that area for event planning companies. I loved it. I loved the fact that I got to work on multiple projects at one time, and there wasn't a set schedule on what I actually needed to be doing. What I didn't like is that I had to give up my weekends, and I like Saturday nights, I like Friday nights, and that's when most events happen. So I realized that event planning was not for me on a full-time basis. So I kind of changed directions, and I ended up in the marketing area. I started working for a professional basketball team in their marketing department. I loved it. I loved the fact that there was, again, multiple projects that I was working on. It wasn't a cookie cutter type job. I had to use creativity in what I was doing. There was a lot of strategy behind it as well. So that's when I found my, love for the whole marketing sector of business. So from there, I went into a healthcare job, which was running a marketing department, and then also a technology company, which was doing marketing. So basically, that's when you start your own business, which is when I started Independent Youth, you have to be good at marketing. You have to be good at selling yourself and selling your idea and selling what you do and making people fall in love with it. So I found that, that piece of my life has really helped me with Independent Youth and getting it off the ground. I guess also, when designing what Independent Youth would be, like, I honestly designed my dream job on so many different levels. Like, I created because I like to travel, I've lived in multiple cities just because I like to move around. So when I designed Independent Youth, I wanted to make sure I was creating an organization where I wouldn't be stuck in one city, but I could move wherever, it is that I wanted to go. So I didn't want to be specifically based in one city. Also, when I designed Independent Youth, I made it so that it was event driven because I like planning events, and most of our events happen on a Monday. But it's nice to be able to use that piece of my history as far as work experience and incorporate it into this organization that I've created ground up. So I've used my passion as far as event planning as well, and integrating it into Independent Youth. So I guess when I was younger, I've always loved, when we had to do volunteer activities through school, I would always find youth-oriented activities because I loved always working with kids. Also, growing up in middle and high school, mainly high school, I started a babysitting service with my sister. It actually became a very profitable business at a young age. By the time I graduated, I was making $20 an hour. But I really liked it because I realized, I can set my own schedule. I'm making money. I like working with kids. It was just something perfect, that we created. I mean, yeah, it's babysitting. But also I found myself doing the typical lemonade stands, and I would play pretend office with my sister, and pretend like I was doing accounting work or business work. So it was a little fake business. I was always, me and my sister, we were always trying to figure out a new business that we could start. And I guess I've never really thought about this, but we did that a lot just because it was always interesting. What kind of business can we start now? Or most of them, never came to fruition, but it was just, I guess we had that mindset at our early age. It worked out because I literally, when I created Independent Youth, it was more about merging my passions. So I merged my passion for youth, I merged my passion for entrepreneurship to create what I've created. Like in life. Oh my gosh. Okay, this really irritates me actually. It's really, like this has caused relationships to end. When people like talk about something that they want to do, and then they just never do it. Like, I'm going to do this one day, okay, and then a year passes, or 2 years, or 3 years. It's like, why do you keep on talking about it if you're really not going to do it? Because I'm the type of person who kind of just jumps in. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I just jump in and I make things happen out of nothing. Because if not, I feel like you always have an excuse for why you're not going to do something. So when somebody just always has an excuse on why they're not moving forward on any given thing, that just irritates me. Like, it's something I can't put up with. Number one passion for youth and for entrepreneurship and in this whole entrepreneurial ecosystem, and really understanding that whole world. So passion's number one, and then I think that somebody who's just thinks big, because I mean, Independent Youth is built on, it's not built on this, oh, we're going to keep it in the local community. Like when I started it, it was always like on a national or worldwide mission to become such a large organization. So it's fine if you want to keep something local, but that's just not where I see this organization going. And so the person who would replace me would have to also think big. You know, the sky is the limit. I mean, I think the biggest piece that, you know, a lot of even youth don't understand, or even some adults, and actually it's interesting because I was talking to Chris Hively, he's coming to St. Louis, he's one of the founders of MapQuest, when I was at his office out in North Carolina a few months ago, and he was like, you get it, like you understand what it took me years and years, you know, to understand, like you just be yourself and feel comfortable in who you are, and then it translates out into the world. So people like feel the realness that comes from you. I think, you know, when kids are younger or they're growing up, they're still trying to find themselves, even college students, some adults, you know, they'll kind of portray themselves the way that they want society to see them. Me and just myself, like, I don't like dressing up in suits. In the early days of Independent Youth, at one of my first 2 events, I think I had a suit on and I hated every moment of it. And then I think I woke up one day and was like, why? Like, I don't have to do this. This is not this is not the image of our organization. So, you know, now I dress down a lot more, but it's, you know, it just goes back to branding and realizing, you know, be you. And I think that that's something that a lot of people need to do, like be you. That 16 or 17 years old, like that's just a piece of your life. You know, I don't know, high school always feels like pretty cliquey, so don't worry about all that extra drama going on in the background. Really discover like who you are, what makes you happy in life, and go toward that. You know, I'm the type of person who I like keeping myself in like serene environments. I make sure that the people that I'm associated with or friends with, they're, you know, it's drama free. I just make sure that I can live the happiest life that I can live daily, because I don't believe in somebody, like, why punish yourself? Like, why surround yourself with people that aren't good to surround yourself with? Also, be confident in who you are, regardless of who you are and what you like to do. You know, you're you. Be confident in that. And then, you know, start exploring what you're excited about in life. What makes you excited? What are you passionate about? Because that can save you a lot of long, you know, days later on in life when you realize you're doing something that you absolutely don't like. And then take every experience for what it is. You know, life is full of experiences. Learn from the ones that aren't so good, and, you know, appreciate the ones that are great. Hi, my name is Tanya Hamilton. I'm the founder and executive director for Independent Youth, and I do what I love.